don't know, I'll give you what the Webster's dictionary, the Webster's dictionary definition of woke. I had a problem with it, but I'm gonna give it to the people because you already know how I roll. I believe in edutainment. Okay. So woke, according to Webster, is a slang term easing into the mainstream dialect of AAVE. What's AAVE, you ask, in case you don't know? African American Vernacular English. I just think it's just more letters for Ebonics. You know what I mean? I'm like, they're just trying to get fancy with it. Let's just call it what it is. So I guess it's a term that we use, even though we know woke was the past tense of being awake.
So it's pretty much our word, not like we own it, but we used it. So basically it's to bring awareness to
what's happening socially.
Injustice, right? Being aware of injustices that are done to Black people, quote.
Okay, social awarenesses, because that's what it's all about now.
Right.
Our injustices that's happening with us that has been happening a long, long time ago. And we're at the time where, I don't know if you don't know, I want you guys to take some time after the show, after Brown Skin, take some time and research Bloody Sunday. And I'll kind of give you a quick review. Bloody Sunday is actually what's happening right now where the police was killing Black people back in Selma. So way, way back. So this is an ongoing thing. This is nothing new. And it's like, oh, this is happening right now. Even when we talk about George Floyd and they're, picking a jury for that ex-police officer that killed him, that murdered him. I think that everybody who was asleep and tired and yawning, I think they woke up. Because of coronavirus, everybody was still and wasn't moving. So during this particular, because it's been going on for years, like I said, decades it's been going on. And everyone was able to see that video because we all had to stop. When we hear the woke person, because I ain't lying, there's some people that's over the top. I mean, they woke. Like,
right.
Woke. And I was like, I understand passion, but they're mad at me because they think I'm asleep.
I have been on a path for a very long time of being woke. Okay.
As he used air quotes to the listening audience. Go ahead.
Right. Woke. Okay. And a part of my awakening started through certain rappers. Okay. Namely like KRS-One, X-Clan, Big Daddy Kane, Brand Nubian, Poor Righteous Teachers.
Yeah.
Just to name a few of them, okay? Uh-huh. And back then, when those guys were coming out with those types of songs, it awakened me through music, okay? These guys were talking about a whole bunch of social issues and, things as far as culture. And I gravitated towards that, okay? So to make a long story short, as years went on, I began to study more and more and found out some things. Okay, so basically the name change came from me not wanting a European name anymore to myself, okay? It's not that it's a bad name. My mom named me, she didn't know no better, you know what I'm saying? But as far as me having brown skin, I think I need to have a brown name. Okay. And what I mean by brown name is maybe I can explain it to where it's a cultural thing. Okay. So doing research and came across the name Shaheed. I got into the Nation of Islam for some time. That turned me into a very studious, a very learned individual. I was definitely passionate about, me learning about culture, okay? And as time went on, I elevated through different schools. So that's why I'm currently at a Egyptian name, which is Keru Anset Aten. To make a long story short, so basically I just chose names because within my learning, I was told that as long as you hold your slave master's name, you will never have a true identity to yourself. So even if I had to make up a name, like some of our people do within the Black community, we make up names, and sometimes the names sound a little so-called ghetto. I don't think we should do that anymore. We need to let these women be creative with the names that they're coming up with because they're unique. Okay. And it's not tied to a European naming system, if you will. So, some of the names can get a little crazy, but crazy ain't really a bad thing. I look at it as crazy dare to defy what we've been talking about names and stuff like that. But I would also like to say, like, within names hold meanings. Okay. A lot of cultures have names and they try to govern or raise a child according to that name. Okay. And that's one of the things that we have lost in this America that we live in. We have names, but we don't have meanings to the names. And I think if you give a meaning to a name and try to raise and bring up a child under the meaning of the name, it will help mold and shape them into a different person.
That makes it wisdom, knowledge.